One, Altmaier and Wilder fairly confident with this son of the Ponderosa, and I think he wins it if Blissed Out bounces.
I agree with you. Do you think he's fast enough to get out and drop in the pocket here? What kind of trip do you expect from the 5?
Usually they race their horses fairly conservatively. I think he's going to take a look at the gate, and I think if he can beat out a couple horses inside of him, he will take that shot. If not, if he sees them firing out, he's going to take back and take his chances later. Young Brian Zent with You Rock, and Brian already drove earlier in the jug. Here's a look actually at number 3, the Preacher Pan, a Meadowlands Pace finalist, another Ponderosa for the Peter Pan stable, out of a phenomenal broodmare, Cathedra. Cabrini Hanover, of course, her 2-year-old, the new world champion, Western Shooter, unfortunately passed away. He was a 2-year-old world champion as well. Cathedra.com made over $1.5 million. Just a tremendous broodmare. But this one really hasn't panned out. He's a good horse and a steady horse, but hasn't proven he can beat the top level yet, Ellie.
Well, he made over $200,000 last year, and just has not returned good as a 3-year-old and made that step up in company. What I'm looking at here, you mentioned it was a trainer change, and I'm just curious to see how this one will either step up or react to Virgil Morgan's training. You know, Virgil's done well for himself, and usually everything he puts on the track is good, and you know, a case
he has a history with the first timer in the jug with Metropolis, you know, going back to 96. Right. First start, he won his jug division, but this one's got a much tougher road to hoe.
And here's the son of jug winner and Triple Crown winner Blissful Hall, number 1 Blissed Out for Antonio Chiaravelli, trainer Rich Banca, and Luke Willette. Good looking horse. He's not the biggest horse, but he sure does have a lot of muscle tone to him, and everybody likes him here at 3 to 5.
Well, you know, very typical looking of Blissful Halls. Blissful Hall himself looked like that, the little short, stocky, bully looking, and Camelot Hall looked like that. Now this Blissed Out, the ones that I have seen they're very typical looking, and I took a look at him over in the jug barn, and I was amazed because he is a spitting image of Blissful Hall.
So let's do the math here, Dave. The bank has made a $175,000 profit buying the horse and selling him from the figures that have been reported, and Banca still gets to train him too. That's a pretty good deal.
Plus they won a $100,000 U.S. race, 106. That's the conversion, I assume. The 106,718. So that's not a bad deal for a week's work.
So if we need to borrow some shipping money to get home, that's who we'll go see. Well, here's Brian Zent with You Rock, and you saw You Rock in the Cleveland Classic, and that was a big mile by him.
And Brian did say when we interviewed him, the horse almost made a break. He took a couple of bad steps, but still rebounded to win that, and that was a very good effort for You Rock, and came right back to win the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes Championship the next start after that.
And unfortunately got parked out in his jug preview division and ended up tiring in that one. Needs a bit of a trip, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility. He could certainly be a jug finalist.
Fantastic's Pan right now, the 9 to 5 favorite, and or 9 to 5 second choice, I should say. And I'm a little surprised at that, but
they're betting this one 1-5 to the hoop. I mean, nobody else is getting any attention.
I guess that 49 mile might be an eye opener.
Yeah, anything but 1-5-5-1 here, and you're talking about boxcars.
Right.
Interesting that Blissful Hall and the Ponderosa rivals as 3-year-olds on the track. Blissful Hall actually beat the Ponderosa in a Meadowlands Pace elimination. Then had some road trouble in the final when the Ponderosa won the Meadowlands Pace for Campbell back in 1999. And the Ponderosa has turned out to be a terrific sire, and Blissful Hall certainly top quality stallion as well, and both doing very well in the stallion barn after great racing careers.
Well, I noticed this year we're seeing more and more Blissful Halls stepping up. His first crop, actually Camelot Hall, coming out of that. And then you didn't hear much about them. And this year I've noticed that there's a few more around, and we'll have to see. It's still, it's only 2 crops out there. But we know how the Western Ideal and Dragon Again crops are doing, and it's pretty fun to follow the horses that you watch win all these major stakes events, and then they head out to the stallion barn, and then you wait a couple years and you see their offspring, and you compare their offspring to them. It's really a lot of fun. This business.
I kind of like when there's an underdog too, like a nobody heard of sire, and all of a sudden the horse is racing great and like a freak. I like to see that every once in a while.
We'll see if Blissed Out can freak out again from the inside post for Luke Willett. Wings of the gate open for the 3rd division of the jug.
The starter has called the horses and drivers to the gate for 3rd division of the Little Brown Jug. As they approach the gate, from the inside out, Blissed Out, Town Champion, the Preacher Pan, Kafka Hanover, Santastic's Pan, You Rock, Crombie's Last Laugh, and Holborn Hanover on the outside. The Great Coon starting gate, swings around the turn, and here they come for the 3rd division of the Little Brown Jug. They're off and pacing that Santastic's Pan, going for the lead on the inside. Blissed Out, fast out of the gate by 2.5. Going to the turn. Town Champion racing second. Santastic's Pan hung on the outside. On the inside, the Preacher Pan. Down the backside, Kafka Hanover racing 5th. 6th on the outside, Holborn Hanover racing 7th is You Rock. Crombie's Last Laugh, the trailer. They're by the quarter, 26-2. On top of the field, Blissed Out with the lead with Luke Willett racing on top by 2.5. Town Champion is second, racing third, the Preacher Pan. Santastic's Pan on the outside, 4th. Kafka Hanover 5th. 6th on the outside, passing at the end of the first time, Holborn Hanover racing 7th. That's You Rock, and treading the field to the outside, Crombie's Last Laugh. Halfway home, 53-3. Second quarter, 27-1, and Blissed Out's going right down the pike. Town Champion is second. Santastic's Pan comes back on the outside, 3rd. The Preacher Pan racing 4th. Down the backside they go, racing 6th. Kafka Hanover on the outside, Holborn Hanover. You Rock joins the chase. Brian Zant goes 3 wide. 3 quarters, 22-2, 28-4. Third quarter. Into the final turn. Blissed Out, the leader. Town Champion right there, second. The Preacher Pan, 3rd. On the inside, Kafka Hanover. On the outside, Santastic's Pan. Down the stretch they come. Town Champion closing on the outside. Blissed Out on the inside. Town Champion on the outside. Blissed Out in front. 51-2.
It's a 1-2-3 as Blissed Out goes down the road. Gate to wire for Luke Willett, and 151-2. Town Champion, the pocket sitter, took a run at him, got within, maybe a quarter of a length, half a length at the wire, and the Preacher Pan, the other qualifier, finishing 3rd. Crombie's Last Laugh, the 7-horse for Dale Heitman, came up the inside to get 4th. Santastic's Pan kind of left half and half and was left parked out in no man's land, and Blissed Out, no pressure on the lead. Luke was able to just keep that advantage, although he sure did roll through a pretty quick opening half.
Yeah, the half was shocking, 53-3. You didn't really know how fast he was going until that time came up because he was unpressured, but he just let this horse roll. Town Champion, a great effort, stayed right on his helmet all the way around and came within about a neck or a head of reeling him in here at the finish. Luke gave him just a slight bit of urging. But he went by about a half a length.
And if you keep track, that's 6 today for Luke Willett. 1, 2, 3, and 7.
Don't remember the last time the favorites won all 3 of the divisions leading in.
Let me see if I can find that in my Hollywood Hayden Little Brown Jug notes.
If he's on the ball, no, I'm just kidding. One, 2, 3, 7 as yet unofficial. And without Santastic's Pan on the ticket, that's going to pay fairly well, especially with the Super, the 7 at 45-1 in the 4th spot.
Well, Blissful Hall, the sire of Blissed Out, was the odds-on favorite 3 times on Jug Day.
Wow, he only won 2 of them, I assume.
That's right. Only needed to win 2.
I was going to say, if he won 3, we'd have quite a story on our hands.
Took him 3 to win 2.
Into the winner's circle. The winner, 3rd division of the Little Brown Jug. Number 1, Blissed Out. Antonio Shervada, Hamilton, Ontario. Richard Banka, the trainer. Luke Willett, his 6th winning drive today at Delaware. 35 career victories. 3-0 Cobra Blissful Hall at Dynamite D. 151-2 with a final half, 57-4, final quarter in 29 seconds flat. 8th win in 24 this season, 2 straight wins. Blissed Out, Richard Banka, Luke Willett win the 3rd division of the Little Brown Jug.
Well, Dave, it's been 19 years since a sire and a son each won the jug. That, of course, being Niatros and Nihilator. So Blissful Hall and Blissed Out possibly can break that lengthy streak. And you're